Hey guys, in today's Year of Miyazaki video, we're going to be talking about Pom Poko, which was written and directed by Isao Takahata. Now this one was originally released in 1994 under the Japanese title that I'm going to mess up if I don't read it, under the Japanese title Heisei Tanuki Gassen Pom Poko, which literally means Heisei era raccoon dogs. So to cover a few things before I get into the actual plot of the film, first of all, what is a tanuki? A tanuki is a raccoon dog, a Japanese raccoon dog, and if you Google them, you will see that they are definitely related to, say, a North American raccoon. They have vaguely similar features, but they're also definitely far more canine looking. Second of all, if this is a film about tanuki, what does Pom Poko mean? So according to Wikipedia, Pom Poko is the onomatopoeia for the sound that tanuki make when they drum their stomachs, which is apparently something that was commonly sung about in Japanese children's songs. So Pom Poko takes place in the 1960s and follows this family or clan of tanuki who live in a place called the Tama Hills or the Tama Mountains, and they're basically exactly like the raccoons of Japanese lore. They are kind of curious about humans, they love their food, they love food in general, and drinking and partying, and they're kind of just one big family. However, because this is set in 1960, it is not long before their idyllic lifestyle is interrupted and disrupted and thrown off course entirely by the housing boom, which required a lot of housing to be built in the areas surrounding the urban center of Tokyo. At first, the tanuki just realize that there are a few of their trees missing, and then whole mountains go bare, and then all of a sudden there's construction everywhere, and they realize, oh my gosh, this could be the end of our woods and therefore the end of life as we know it. The tanuki kind of rally around this group of leader figures. First of all, there is the very aggressive young chief named Gonta, who advocates for killing and maiming humans to scare them out of their woods. And then there is an older couple made up of the old tanuki wise man Seizaimon and the feisty and powerful older woman tanuki named Oroku, who both teach the younger generations of tanuki how to access their mystical powers of old and shapeshift. And finally, there is a younger male tanuki named Shokichi who is very fascinated by the humans, and rather than going to direct war with them like Gonta suggests, he advocates using their shapeshifting abilities to kind of scare the humans and hopefully make them suspicious and superstitious enough to leave the area in peace. And that's pretty much the film. It follows the ongoing antics of the tanuki as they try and deal with the humans' construction and deal with the continued loss of their homeland. So generally speaking, I enjoyed this film. I thought it was definitely a very Studio Ghibli-esque film in that it was definitely issue-centric and yet was also a very well done mix of kind of sad and humorous at the same time. Obviously, the issue at heart here is the expansion of human development and what that does to our natural world and to the animals and creatures that inhabit that natural world. And it very much could have been a Miyazaki film in that sense. Animation-wise, I thought this was kind of stunning. For the most part, Takahata uses the same general animation style that I've come to know through Grave of the Fireflies and Only Yesterday. Definitely his colors don't pop quite as much. The lining is softer than Miyazaki's films, and it's definitely more realistic. However, he also does this amazing job of mixing lots of different styles of animation in a single film, and I think that we really see how he's playing with art style and how that translates into some of his later films like My Neighbors the Yamadas and the Princess Kaguya. So for example, all of the tanuki characters are actually drawn in 3 different ways. First of all, there is the very realistic tanuki raccoon dog character that runs on all fours and looks like an animal in a nature documentary. But for the majority of the film, the tanuki are these kind of like anthropomorphic, more traditionally anime style characters. They stand upright, they walk on 2 feet. The female tanuki wear clothes. You know, they're just more stereotypically anime. And then there is a very simplified tanuki that comes out when they are partying, when they get drunk, when they are in battle and they get bopped on the head, that sort of thing, that are actually based on Takahata's favorite manga artist style, which was Shigeru Sugiura. Kind of like in my last couple Year of Miyazaki videos, I don't really feel like I have a whole lot to talk about here thematically or to add to the discussion. This film is, like I said, very issue-centric, and it's kind of more on the nose. For example, at the very end of the film, there's a break in the fourth wall where one of the tanuki characters actually addresses the audience and kind of says, you know, we know that you're a very clever race and you develop things and you change the landscape around you, but what does that do to the rest of the world's beings? And it's not subtle in any sense of the word. I will say that I thought it was a very smart choice for Takahata to kind of anthropomorphize these characters for the majority of the film. They lived indoors, they had a television set, a lot of them wore clothes, and it was just very easy to see that these creatures that we look at as animals really aren't so different from us, and therefore we should want to kind of take care of their homes as much as we want to our own. However, I would say I thought that pacing-wise, this film was kind of a mess. In the beginning, it is very jumpy, like it jumps between a lot of different scenes, a lot of different like sub-stories very quickly. It was not something I'm used to in Studio Ghibli films and not something I think that really worked for me. Towards the end of the film, the pacing definitely does slow down, and Takahata takes a little bit more time to kind of explore and expand on the characters and their relationships and just kind of the general world. So basically, I would say if you are a fan of Takahata's animation style, I would definitely watch this. This is a masterpiece of animation, but pacing-wise, I thought it was a little off, and if you don't like being hit over the head with environmental messages, you might not actually enjoy this at all. So those are my thoughts on Pom Poko by Isao Takahata and Studio Ghibli, and kind of in the theme of the last couple Studio Ghibli films. I enjoyed it. Definitely wasn't my favorite. So if you guys have seen Pom Poko and you would like to share your thoughts with me down below, that's always appreciated. And the next film I will be watching in Studio Ghibli's chronology is Whisper of the Heart, so look out for that discussion video early next month. But for now, that is all I have to share with you guys, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye! But I mean, they are very cute. So if you like cute things, kawaii!